What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hugo Smokes. I'm your host, Hugo, and today I'm going to be smoking and reviewing the Carrillo Essence Maduro in a 5x50 Robusto format. And this cigar here consists of a San Andres Maduro wrapper over a binder from Honduras, over fillers from Nicaragua, and it is one of the new lines that was released by Carrillo, which is actually now going to be known as Casa Carrillo in late 2024. And by the way, in the Sumatra video, I failed to mention the 6th iteration of this cigar, which is the Honduras variation. So there's going to be 6 blends. Let's go ahead and take a look at this wrapper, which is very wrinkled. Looks like raisins, but it's chocolate brown in color. You would call this a Maduro color if you go off of the cigar charts. And again, the caps on these are slightly better than the older cigars, in my opinion. And it's a little 5x50 foot. This one says Maduro in the front, so they all have what the wrapper is here. So yeah, just a nice little cigar. And this one I bought myself, but 1T sent one into the channel as well, so that could be a revisit. Thanks for that, buddy. Appreciate that. And just like the Sumatra, it has a nice wide open draw. Let me go ahead and light it up. Oh, by the way, very leathery on the wrapper and damp on the cold draw. So let me go ahead and light it up, and I'll be back in a few. Medium body to start off with. If I remember correctly, I think the Sumatra was a little bit more punchy, but this one's just got like a medium bodied coffee note on the palate, and like a very light citrus zestiness. And maybe like a slight earthy tone, and it's more like mineral driven. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and see what the retro has to offer. All right. Nice amount of spice on the retrohale, and mainly it's just white pepper that's not really stinging the sinus, but you can feel the punch. I know that's kind of weird, right? But that's just the way it is. And it's on a scale like about 6 to 7 clicks out of 10, so medium plus. Getting more of a like a chocolatey tone on the retrohale, so mixing very well with that coffee note on the palate. And then obviously, you know, it's white spice on the retrohale. And there's a little bit like of I would say it's like a hickory or oak that's coming through the retrohale as well. And it's a little bit spicy as well. So yeah, interesting startup to this Maduro from Casa Carrillo. Let me keep smoking the cigar down past the first third, and I'll be back for my first update. Welcome back. I'm at the end of the first third of this Carrillo Essence Maduro, and cigar is quite different than the Sumatra, obviously, right? For the most part, on the palate, continuing notes from the light up, but it's just a little bit more bold in body, maybe like a medium plus. Coffee note still there, very present, but it's now turned into like a bitter coffee. Citrus has increased in body as well, so it's now lingering on the palate. By the way, the smoke is, I want to say, semi-arid to creamy. And now on the long finish, I'm getting a very smoky oak note that's just lingering. Earth note went away, and yeah, that's pretty much it on the palate. On the retrohale, the white pepper spice diminished quite significantly. Right now, it's stinging about like 3 to 4 clicks out of 10, and still getting cocoa or chocolate on the retrohale. And now a new note was introduced, some type of like a nutty note. I'm gonna say it's more like of a cashew / almond note, because it's a little bit more creamier. So it's not a bad cigar. I really do think that this new Essence line is much better than the Legacy, Pledge, and all those other ones. But let's keep smoking the cigar down, see if it continues to be decent. I'll smoke it into this secondary band, and I'll be back for my next update. Welcome back. I'm at the end of the second third of this Essence Maduro, and as you can see, can you see that? Focus. There we go. Construction's pretty good. Nice stacked ash. The ash is kind of flaky there, but that's fine. Continues to have a wide open draw. On the notes, on the palate, super bitter citrus notes, an abundance of floral bouquet, and anise spice. So it kind of took like a turn here on the second third. The retrohale, white and black pepper spice, that's ramped up a little bit now. It's now like 5 to 6 clicks out of 10. And a malted chocolate note on the retrohale, and still like a smoky oak note on the retrohale as well. No more of that nice nuttiness, that went away. So now it's just really dark flavored, if you may. Aside from that super bright citrus and floralness, right? But let's go ahead and see what the rest of the cigar has to offer. I'll smoke this down as far as I can, and I'll be back for my final update and closing thoughts on this Essence Maduro. Welcome back. I'm at the end of this Essence Maduro. Had to touch it up once here at the end of the last third. Burn line was canoeing a little bit, so, and you can see there's a little peak there still. But as far as the flavor profile, super dark notes here at the last third in the palate. I'm getting like a super charred oak note on the palate. Still that anise spice from the second third, and that citrus note just turned super bitter. Some coffee on the long finish. But the retrohale sting calmed down a little bit. On the retro, mainly getting a oak note. It's not charred. It's coming through nicely. Floral and the light roasted almond note now. Sting and the sinus is very minimal, about 2 to 3 clicks out of 10. So that's okay. And that's pretty much it. No nicotine hit. So I'm pretty satisfied with the spice content on this cigar, because it dynamic. You know, it changes from third to third, so that's awesome. I like that. Don't really like the abundance of bitterness on the palate. That's kind of like off-putting, right? The cigar's been burning for an hour and 25 minutes. Again, it's a Robusto. Had a wide open draw, but I smoke slow. Price point on this cigar is only about $10, so not a bad price on the cigar. And I think it's $9 for the Robustos across the board. If you go up in gauge, you know, it goes up a few bucks. So this one's available single, 5-pack, in a box of 24. Retail for the box of 24 would be $240. I've seen them for $220, $200, just depending where you buy it, right? But I'm gonna say just pick up like a pair of these, single or double rating on this cigar. Try it out, see if you like it. Personally, I like the Sumatra better than this one. There's 4 other blends. Maybe I'll get to try them at a later date. But for now, that's all I'm going to review. If I see them, I'll pick them up. If not, then it is what it is, right? Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Subscribe to Stoic Society. Subscribe to my channel. I sound like a broken record. Subscribe to the Patreon, even the free tier. Just get the algorithm going. Appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.